Well, hello. For this week's lesson, we are going to be using watercolor, as you can tell, for to paint a birthday cake, a multi-layered birthday cake. So this is just a fun project to just play around with your painting technique, with your creativity, because you're going to get to decorate your cake however you want it. You can decide what flavors you want in your cake, what kind of cake stand it's going to be on. So I think you'll have fun with this one. Okay, so we want to imagine kind of a square right here in the middle of our paper, okay? You don't want to paint all the way down here, and you don't want to paint all the way to the top because you want to leave room for the cake stand and for whatever toppings or candles you want to put on it, on your cake. So what we're going to do is kind of choose our layers. So you need a piece of mixed media paper. You need a set of, move these over here, you need a set of watercolor paints, some water and a bowl, a piece of paper toweling, and then a fine point Sharpie, black Sharpie, okay? And I think I'm going to make mine a lemon cake. Oops, I didn't want to. I might have to get another set of watercolor paints out because I definitely don't want... this brush is a little big for these cakes of paint, but I think we can make it work. Okay, so you're just going to paint across, make it as straight as you can, okay? And then you're going to do another layer. Make sure that you make it nice and bright. And you want to do this second one, you want to start it pretty close to where you started the first one, but you want to leave a little space in between the layers. Okay, so we're going to just work our way up with that technique. I'm going to start up a little bit, and then just a nice big, and this is why you want to use your big brush, because really all you need to do is just one swoop across for a layer of your cake. Okay, I'm going to make this, mine a 4-layer cake. If you're using a bigger piece of paper, you might want to go for a taller one. I know I can never bake one that's this tall and not have it falling apart or toppling over. Okay, so we've got our layers of paint. Now, if you want a get a smaller brush, you can do a different color in between the layers. Okay, so I think I want to go with what do I want to go with? Maybe a pink. And you're going to do just a layer of pink, or whatever color you want, in between your yellow. Went up there, okay? A little more pink on this end, kind of fade it out a little bit more as I went across the paper, so you can always kind of touch it up. There you go. All right, it's looking like a festive cake already. Okay, so while we're letting that dry, we're going to work on our cake stand. And so we're going to start here and do kind of an oval here. And then we're going to go here because we need to give it some thickness, right? And then we're going to look down kind of at the middle, and we're going to do our pedestal and the bottom. Can you see how that is? So we draw our larger oval. And you can put some lines here. Now we're not going to paint this. This is just going to be guess we'll put these out here. Okay, and I mean you can paint it if you want. I said we're not going to paint it, but you can paint it if you want. I'm going to do a little decoration here. I apologize, I should not tell you what you can and can't do with your own creation, right? Oh, had a little blip here on my lineage, but that's okay. All right. Now I'll make sure that's dry. Looks like it's not quite dry. But this is probably dry down here. So what I want to do is take my smaller brush and I'm going to do some circles around the bottom like it's frosting. I guess I'll do some blue. Now, because this is watercolor, you're going to blend together a little bit, so you might get a little touch of green going on here because yellow and blue equals green. So we're just going to do circles around the bottom. Again, try to make as bright a colors as you can with your watercolors. So that means you have to dig into the water, up to the paint a little bit. And also remember with watercolors, it's not the same as acrylic paints like we used last week. So you don't have quite as much control over it. Okay, so now we're going to make some Trying to think about what color do I want my candles to be. I think we'll just go for the light, and we're going to make a series of candles on here. And they don't have to be all straight up and down. You can do that if you want. Okay, and then of course we're going to put some fire at the end. So I'm going to use some orange. And you could just make dots if you want. It's really up to you how you want to paint your flames. So I'm going, this is still wet, so I'm going over a little bit with some orange, not some orange. I've already got the orange down there, sorry. With some red. There we go. So now we can go back to our blue, and I'm going to do some decorations on the top. Okay, so we're going to do purple tablecloth here, just to introduce some more fun colors. And like I said, if you want to paint your cake stand, you can do that. So far I think I'm leaning towards not painting mine, but it's a personal preference. And I'm going to pick up this big brush. Whoops, the wrong one. A bigger brush to do at the bottom. right, so we've got that. Now I'm just playing around. I think I'm gonna do like little dots in here, like it's got raspberries or something in it. See how you can just keep layering stuff on, different colors, different brush strokes. Just doing little up and down. It's almost like I'm just doing a series of dots that are kind of random. Now you might want to take a look at it, see what's going on. Just using a little gold here. You can use yellow or whatever just to make sure that you can see that the light is coming off. Now, if you want to, you can put it like there's, sprinkles in the cake if you want that. So what I'm talking about with that is that you can use different colors. And again, kind of randomly, but I think it's I don't know, when you buy the cake mix at the store. It's called birthday cake or something like that. So again, these are just kind of random, and we can use a couple of different colors. And I'm going to use a different color. Again, they're just kind of random. This is looking pretty festive. I like all the different colors. Kind of like how this cake isn't really planned out. I'm just kind of messing around, which is what doing art is supposed to be all about. But I like all the different colors. What I'm making has the feel of a birthday cake, right? In the sprinkle saga with some purple ones. And just wherever you see some spot where nothing exists. There. All right. I kind of like it. I like the cake a lot. I might have to think about what I want to do with the. I like the contrast between just black and white and this, but on the other hand, unless I want to paint the background, which I could, this doesn't really show up. And the reason why I'm hesitating to paint the background is that I've got all of these candles sticking up and they would be kind of difficult to paint around. So I think right now I'm just going to call it a day, and I hope you had fun doing this little project, and I will be back next week.